We all seen the recent blog post for the refactor of the PvP system in Pokemon GO, and there was a last sentence that kinda made me interested in one thing. In Shadow Dragonite. So, basically what was said there is we will see you in the GO Battle League, just maybe take it easier on my Shadow Dragonite. And I was like, Shadow Dragonite in the Great League? Haven't tried this yet. I tried it recently in the Open Ultra League and it was actually fantastic. And so I felt like maybe Dragonite is kind of underrated. Right now, this Pokemon actually has quite a nice niche in the best team possible. Honestly, like it's the best core basically possible currently in the GO Battle League. It's just very lame, don't get me wrong. Empoleon plus Altaria, it's just so broken. But basically what you have here is with a Dragonite, a Pokemon that can help out the Altaria in so many different kind of ways. Because, yeah, basically Altaria and Dragonite share the exact same typing, but absolutely not the same coverage. Dragonite has quite a bit better and different coverage compared to the Altaria, and it can lure out some Pokemon that maybe don't actually want to go up against it. And first battle, we win. So let's take a look here now at the next battle. We're going to encounter the Marowak in the lead. Marowak is going to be a Pokemon that I have two good answers in the back, and in comes the Licky. I make a big mistake here in this battle because I should have first up shielded this move. And then secondly, I was like, oh, if I go for the Thunder Punch, maybe I can still survive this rollout, and then I would be able to still go for a Superpower. Turns out I don't get anything. I literally completely messed up the entire battle already at this point, because what I had here just now is the opening to A, get the alignment that I want, and B, just get myself an advantage, because even then, if I would have went for the Superpower there, I would have still been able to go for the Superpower against the Marowak, and I would have had such a better time, but like now I'm super far behind in this battle. And that is just going to be something where we don't know directly on how this is going to go. As you're going to see here, there's going to be the Guzzle in the back. I can tell you already at this point, I would have won this battle no matter what if I just would have went for the Superpower there, or if I just would have played out the matchup a little bit better against the opponent's Licky. And that is unfortunate, because what we see here is I'm either like short a bit of like health, which I lost there, or I'm short because the opponent has like still a shield left. But it all could have been avoided if I just went for the Superpower on time, so that was definitely a bit of my mistake. By the way, towards the PvP update, when the first got launched, and I did like my videos as well, my game definitely felt smoother than it does nowadays. I feel like it kind of got pushed back again, especially for me. I've seen people saying, oh, you don't have the update generally. I know that there's a different visual update as well, which I currently have in the GO Battle League in terms of the, like not in the GO Battle League, in the Rocket Grunts, which they maybe want to put in towards it as well, and it's like a staged rollout. But the thing is, which I had, by the way, for a bug for just one game, hopefully you can catch. It could be a Shadow Ball, by the way. Here, it's going to be the Seed Bomb, luckily, which helps me out quite a bit. But basically, all this kind of changed after a day. After a day, I'm kind of back to like what we had prior. It's not the same anymore than what it was in the beginning. But we have to see on how things are going to go. Like, it's still not fully out for sure yet. But what I've seen as well is that apparently, quite a lot of things are going to change in terms of what is happening in PvP, which I will make a follow-up video as soon as it's going to be live, so I can show some gameplay as well for comparison reasons. But there are going to be a few different effects towards PvP that's going to be changed in terms of when damage is going to be applied, which also, of course, was in the blog post. But honestly, as a non-native English-speaking speaker here, it was difficult sometimes to kind of understand on what they directly meant there, because I felt like it was just very complicated written there. But it is what it is. We're gonna see here the Ninetales against us, and that is going to be bad because we need to get rid of this Pokemon, and I don't have any pressure anymore against it. So yeah, we have the Hydro Cannon coming through, and while we have a full HP Pokemon and a shield advantage, I would need to catch the move here, which I'm not able to do so, and with that we are kinda in a position where we have no chance of really winning, I think. I needed to catch the move here from the opponent. I wasn't able, and they are able to catch my move, which I don't think actually would have mattered. I think they should have. Yeah, I think they would have knocked me out with the Incinerate anyway, so it doesn't matter at all what they did there, whatever they called the move. But yeah, I needed to catch the opponent's move in order to have a chance here. Okay, next up is going to be Morpeko. Morpeko is actually a bit of a pain, I have to say, and I would like to see if I can make it Morpeko team myself as well, because I like the Pokemon itself. But it can be kind of difficult for the lead matchup if you don't apply a lot of fast move pressure. And here the opponent is going to get out the Azumarill, but this is exactly where the Shadow Dragonite is really helping us, because now we are able to actually align ourselves. We are able to get the Empoleon away from the electric type, because I know that I'm going to be able to go for the Thunder Punches faster than the opponent can do anything, and so we are in a perfect position. We are going to be able to go ahead and go for a Superpower even against the Goodra, and we will see that this is just showcasing on how good we are actually have it here with our Dragonite. Dragonite actually has a lot of potential. We can go back again into our Empoleon. I don't really care too much on what they want to do here. Honestly, like, I really don't care too much about it. And we're going to be able to now go ahead and, yeah, just go for a charge move, go for the drill peck, get them low, and I still have my own Dragon type in the back. I can catch the move here, which I think is ideal for ourselves. It is going to be the Thunder Punch, it's going to do some neutral damage, but at the end of the day, we're going to have here the Morpeko, and I'm still going to be forced to let the first move go through here as well. I just have to hope they're still going to be able to reach a Flamethrower on time. I need to get the Flamethrower off. I don't think that the Sky Attack is enough, and this looks like a CMP tie to me. I have a shield still left, and with that, we should be able to win this battle here, as we will have now the Charge Move coming through, the Flamethrower is going to connect. This is going to allow us to get the KO against the opponent's Morpeko. In comes the Goodra, we can farm them down, and we can win this battle. So far, so good. We're going to have here a bad lead against us next. We have the Jellicent, and Jellicent is going to be tricky for us, but actually in comes here the opponent's Credilli, which is not the answer. Like, this is the thing. Like, this is where basically Dragonite shines, is just to bait out those Pokemon that think that they're good against you, but they actually are not good against you. We have Super Power doing them super effective damage against the opponent, and of course they have some super effective damage with the charge moves there as well against us, but we outspeed them quite easily, and we are pressuring them. As you can catch the move here, this was kind of ideal because I can keep at least my other Pokemon alive, still my Dragonite, which also still has access to a Thunder Punch, which then allows us to hopefully knock out the opponent's Jellicent, where we kind of need to have the coverage of our Dragonite in order to do enough. We still have a shield advantage, which is going to be huge for us as well. And then comes the charge from the opponent that's going to be forced to be the Shadow Ball. And now I can go back into my Dragonite, I can go for the Thunder Punch, hope that this is going to be enough to knock them out. We have an energy advantage, we have a shield advantage, and we still have a full health Altaria in the back. They go back into the Credilli. I am going to be able to knock them out here with a superpower before they can do anything against us. And now it's time for us to still stay in and try to get as much energy as possible, because now I can swap out. I have the superpower for laydown. I know I win CMP tie, guaranteed. I won this battle at this point. There's not anything they can redo in order to change the fact that I won this battle. Even if they're going to knock out my Altaria or whatever, I am going to be fine here. I will be able to take this game home. As we'll see, they're not even going to be able to... Oh, they're going to be able to take down our Altaria. Never mind, I'm going to use a shield. And this just seals the deal. Like, there's nothing they can do. Roxas comes in, and we can move on to the next opponent. Azumarill in the lead. That's fantastic. That's kind of where I want to face it. And in comes the Diggersby, and I make a big mistake. I don't know why they did this. Like, I don't know why I went for the Drill Peck. I remember that I just looked away, and I thought on the right side was the Water type move. I'm fully aware that Water type damage, it would have been better against the Ground type. I know, it's shocking. But I've done... Let me actually check real quick. I've done a total of 54,000 battles in the Go Battle League. I do actually know that Ground is, weak to Water. It's crazy. But anyway, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day because we're going to be able to align ourselves here. Would have been cool though, because we would have been able to get rid of the Diggersby most likely with just Dragon Breath damage, which would have been nice. But on the flip side here, we're going to be able to also align our Pokemon again. We're going to have the Empoleon aligned against the Azumarill. Azumarill is not too threatening. Player is not going to do that much damage. Then we have here a neutral, nice matchup where we can always store a little bit of energy as well for the next game, or like next matchup there as well, which is going to be perfect. As the Drill Peck comes through, we can go for another Drill Peck, just threatening them, because if I get them low enough, I could even Dragon Breath them down with a Dragonite, which I feel like this might be the range for it. In comes Diggersby. If I want to keep it, I could keep it, and I will keep my Empoleon here. As they go for their own charge move, it's going to be the Scorching Stance. I can go into my Altaria, I can take any hit. They can't hit me for anything, normal damage even. Yeah, like it's going to be all resisted. I have now my 2 Sky Attacks stored. Well, first one is going to go up against Diggersby, knocking them out. Again, this Pokemon would have been dead long ago if I would have had the Hydro Cannon against this, not the Drill Peck. But now we can go ahead and go for the Sky Attack against the Azumarill, knock it out. And the final Pokemon is Toxicroak. And trust me, this Pokemon is not good. Like, it's really not a good Pokemon. They could go for the Dynamic Punch, which I guess they get too fast, which is funny. For a Fighting type, you're going to get super fast with the Dynamic Punch. But in theory, you would even have that on a Pokemon like the Machamp, which also learns Dynamic Punch, and Karate Chop, which is generating the same energy as we see it with Poison Sting. And so, yeah, good game to the opponent. Nothing they can do, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face off against the Shadow Scissor. That's actually kind of alright for me in the lead, and I expected them to swap, and so I swap here now into my Dragonite against the opponent's Jellicent. And again, this is not going to be the ideal matchup, but it's also not that bad because I can go for the Thunder Punch spam, and I'm fairly certain I should be able to win this in the 2 shields. At least I'm going to be able to get quite low in the 2 shields here, the opponent. But as you can see, actually, we're just going to knock them out anyway. I should have went ahead and went for the Thunder Punch because most they would have done nearly enough damage already as well. But the Night Slash is going to knock us out anyway. We're going to have a ton of energy here on our Pokemon. Marowak comes in and I just got to play with the opponent now. I know that I'm going to be able to win this. So like I'm just going to go for the 2 Hydro Cannons here just to get rid of the final shields from them. Which works out quite well because now what I can do is I can get a bit of extra energy just in case. Swap out now and I'm in the right spot. I can shield up everything here. This is going to be the only super effective damage that's going to be going up against me. With the shields being down here, I know I need to get them just into the range for a Sky Attack. I know there should be Energy Dry after this move. And with that, I should be kind of fine. We're going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack here. Is this going to knock them out? It's going to get them super low at least. Like, no matter what is going to happen here, I should be fine. It's stopping out now. I can go for the Flamethrower, knocking out the Scissor. They're still forced to go against against us with a charge move because what we see here is that we still have enough health. And of course, they're going to forfeit. And yeah, just kind of not having it anymore. And we can win this battle and move on to the next opponent. We face off against actually one of the worst possible leads for this team. The Stunfisk is actually a very tough one because we're forced to go for the superpower on our Save Swap, and we are trying our best to get some damage in here, which we actually do. Landing the Hydro Cannon could completely shift on how this match is going to go, because now we're going to put them into farm range for our backline, and we have our Dragonite coming in here. We can go for the fast moves, and in comes also the Thunder Punch against the opponent's Corviknight, and that is perfect. It's exactly what I want to see. Thunder Punch is doing a massive amount of damage here, and I can try to reach another one, which I can, forcing very likely another shield from the opponent, like the first shield of this matchup for the opponent. And let's see what we're going to do next. We're going to try our best to keep our Dragonite alive, I would say, as a Payback would do quite a lot of damage. Payback is coming through here. We're going to shield it up, and Thunder Punch is not able to reach in time. Is it just a Payback? Is it going to be the Air Cutter? It's going to be the Air Cutter, which means I can knock them out here. The Air Cutter is going to do not enough damage, and we have the Thunder Punch, knocking out the Corviknight here as we never mind. They stopped into the Stunfisk. I didn't even realize the email was battling, of course, otherwise I would have not went for a triple resist hit here. But well done from the opponent. They're even going to do extra damage here against us, which is not really ideal. But to be fair, the discharges are not that strong, so like I'm alright with it. I get some energy on my Altaria. Let's see what is coming in next. It is going to be the Talonflame from the opponent. And here you see actually I have still the wrong Altaria. This was just for the first few battles. I of course want to have the one where we have Flamethrower as a coverage move, which is actually quite important. As you're going to be otherwise too weak against like something like Steel and Ice, I guess. Yeah, especially like against Ice type Pokemon, you would like to hit them for something super effective. But here we have the Sky Attack coming in against the opponent. That is going to be able to get the final shield. I'm trying my best to go for the full farm down, but what we see here is that the opponent is going to be able to go for the charge move. Air Cutter is not going to knock us out. We can knock them out and we can win this battle. So we can move on to the final one for today. Okay, let's take a look at the final one. Let's see on how things are going to go here. We're going to have here now Empoleon against Empoleon. We're going to have another charge move coming through. This is going to be fine. Hydro Cannon is going to do some solid damage. And let's see what we can do now. We're going to have the no shield. That's okay. We have maybe another Altaria in the back. And so I'd rather keep my energy actually here. So this is fine. We're going to try to sub out into the Dragonite. In comes the Florges. That's not fine. But at least we're going to get this Pokemon out here, though, because we have still a Thunder Punch, which you're going to be able to reach fast. And so we're going to be fine here, at least, right? Like, this is very likely just going to be a Trailblaze, boosting themselves up, which is cool for us. But this battle is actually something I really would like to win here right now, because we have kind of a mirror matchup, but with a Fairy type now put in between there as well, but they're going to let the move go, which allows me to align. But they actually make a smart call by going for the Fearow and trying to get an energy advantage. This is going to allow me, though, to get a shield advantage here, and now it's all down to Altaria. My only win con here now is, which I know already at this point as well, is to shield up everything from Fearow. I still have to catch a move. I still have to catch a move onto the Empoleon in order to have a chance, because I know that Fearow is the Pokemon I fear the most, as this Pokemon has so much attack damage coming through from itself that I'm kind of forced to still try to have a catch here on our Empoleon. We're not going to be able to do it here because they're going to be able to land the hit against us. But we have to catch something, I feel like. Oh, that's for now. They're going to go into their Empoleon. I go into my Empoleon, forcing them to throw their charge move here. And now this allows me, gives me an opportunity to get some energy up, because I need to get to another charge move against the Fearow as well. I get up a lot of energy here. The Sky Attack is coming through, knocking out the opponent's Empoleon. This was perfectly executed by me. And in comes a Sky Attack to knock them out. And this is how you win those battles. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And yeah, go easy on my Shadow Dragonite. Bye bye.